We are on math page 252. That's where we are starting out today. Your page 130, we're in the process of turning that in, the one with the squiggles where Mrs. Shelton made an error on that one. And what I'm doing is we are skipping over. Please do not get started on it. We are skipping over section 5 and we are on section 6. And I'm looking at word problem A. Okay, so right now we're on 6A. 6A is where we are. Okay, so you should have page 252 that was in your manila folder. You should have that out, and you should be on 6A. Okay, 6A. And I'm reading this word problem. You should be following along with me as I'm reading it. Missionaries to Grenada, Reverend and Mrs. Ortwell, are home on furlough. That just means that they're taking a rest for right now. They drove 5,200 miles over the last 13 days, visiting, supporting churches and pastors. How many miles did they average each day? Now, you need to be thinking in your mind, what is that question asking me to do as an operation? And I even wrote that question down for you. So on 6A, because we're not together, we haven't been together for almost 6.5 weeks, and it gets a little murky. That just means a little muddied in our mind. Okay, what is it that we do when we see these vocabulary words kind of popping out in these questions? So on 6A, how many miles did they average each day? And I even, just so welcome, I even put a box around each for you. Think about it. Think about what you should do with that, okay? All right, so you're doing 6A, and then we're moving on to 6B. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory, okay? But you're talking about money, all right? So we're on 6B. I haven't set it up or anything, but I do want to read it to you. Okay, so we're on 6B. Drew's father bought 40 liters of gasoline at 68 cents per liter. Even though we've got the dollar sign, notice it's after that decimal point, so we're only talking cents. 68 cents per liter. How much did he pay? Well, you're talking liters of gasoline. You could be talking about gallons of gasoline. Liters and gallons are comparable, okay? So liters or gallons of gasoline, and how much gasoline, all right, did he pay? Money and the liters of gasoline. Think about what operation you need to do, okay? All right, we are now on, so you would do 6A and 6B, all right? And now we're on section 7. Now we're on section 7. Now this is all that I want you to do for today. You're just going to do 6A and B, and then you're going to do section 7 all. But I want to set up section 7 real fast. You're not to do 8. You're not to do section 5, of course. All right, so go ahead and you should be looking at section 7. We've got 432 times 153. Now they've got the multiply and check, but we don't do the check for ourselves on that. We only do checks on division as far as that's concerned, okay? So we've got 432 times 153. Again, we haven't done a lot of these, but you're going to have a lot of these in 5th grade. They do focus on the 3-digit by 3-digit, of which they should, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and start on this first partial product row. Everybody should have this set up. Everybody's handwriting should be to the point where I can read it as far as that's concerned, and it's not exploding all around the page, okay? We are almost to the point of 5th grade, which is amazing and frightening, and I have a whole mixture of emotions with that. So, but we have to think, okay, how should my handwriting reflect on this page? What should it look like? All right, so 3 times 2, that's what we're doing first of all. So 3 times 2, well, we know that to be 6. Sorry, as you well know, I am not the camera person. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, and then 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, there we go. All right, and then I'm going to do my second partial product row. I didn't have any regrouping at all. Okay, my second partial product row, 5 times 2 is 10. I'm putting a 1 over the 3, and my 0 goes down. 5 times 3 is 15 plus the 1. And then 5 times 4 is the 20 plus the 21, okay? And we know that I need to put a comma between the 6 and the 1, between the thousands and the hundreds, okay? And I'm gonna cross out those digits right there, and I need to put my partial product row. Okay, right there. All right, you are going to do the third partial product row, and you're going to add. All right, now for section 7, then, you are going to complete B and C. All right, so for today, you're doing 6A, you're doing 6B, and you're doing section 7 all. That is it for today.